The following is intended for mature audiences only. May contain strong language, crude humor, adult themes, and suggestive material.
Fuck! How do 4 different people cancel at the last minute? I gave them 2 weeks notice, and then I reminded them 3 days ago, and then everyone today canceled. Come on, guys. Like, I wanted this to be like us, hanging out. Like we used to. And, oh, you gotta go hang out with your girlfriend? Like you don't see her every day? And, you know, I swipe, and I swipe, and I swipe, and I wish I would look at a profile and they'd be like, fucking hate traveling, hate my dog, I don't really want to be on this site, and I'm doing it because I'm lonely. Let's just forget that we're lonely for like 10 minutes. Oh, shit. What is that actor's name? He's on that show with the space pirates and the prostitutes. If you had your phone, you would have been able to figure it out. No, that's a good thing. You want to look at your phone less. $1 million idea. Laundromat, bar. I mean, you gotta be there anyway, right? Put in your quarters and then drink a 40. Sounds like such a good Sunday. God damn it, what is that actor's name? Bug, rock, tree, flowers, flying bug, rocks, stream, moss, trees in the wind, pool, waterfall. Nathan Fillion. Hey, I'm Jake Bradbury.
And I'm Will Blank.
And we are 20th Century Fox, a film collective that produced 16 short films, and for each film, we made a behind-the-scenes podcast. This podcast features collaborator Greg Nicolette, and we learned that a lot ends up on the cutting room floor, including all of Greg's ideas and performance. This particular short is a great example of things not working or coming together the way I planned, but we were able to change the ending and add a little bit of voiceover to make this short work really well.
All right, let's go.
Okay. Howdy, everybody. Who do we got here today? Let's go around and introduce ourselves.
This is Greg Nicolette. I'm the uncredited co-star, co-director of photography,
Foley artist
on this project, and I will be making sure that my IMDb credits reflect those uncredited positions.
Yeah, wow, you sounds like you did a lot of work on this.
Yeah,
I was very involved creatively.
I'm Jake. I acted in this and then came up with the idea that didn't become the idea that it was.
Yep, and I'm Will. I was a DP actually.
That's yeah, you were.
Did. Yeah,
it looks really good.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's actually one of our better shot ones that Alejandro did not shoot.
Yeah.
I remember, Alejandro has that like beautiful eye where he just gets everything great, and we didn't want to shoot without him. I remember that, but he was out of town for like 2 months or something on some trip, and we were like, okay, got to start shooting something.
Yeah, it's funny. The actual circumstances of the shoot is what actually informed your revision, I guess,
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, totally. So at first I had this idea that was, I wanted to do a hike. Like I wanted to just shoot what a hike felt like and what it looked like. And then it's not enough of a story, so I wanted to have sort of like he's doing this hike, and at the end you realize that he's thinking the whole time about his dead friend or his lost friend that he used to go on this hike with, but without any context or without anything that's going on.
Yeah, the original edit was just you walking to a waterfall and then cutting to a wide shot with Greg sitting next to him.
Yo.
And putting his arm around Jake, and then you're supposed to infer from the nothing indicating it that was his dead friend, and they used to do the hike all the time.
Right.
I think the best part was showing that initial cut to people and having them just be like, "What was that?"
I remember finishing it and being like, "Yeah, okay, that says something." And then Noah sits down and he watches it and he pauses and he looks over and he's like, "What?" So it's like his imaginary friend or something. What is it?
You didn't have any VO, did you?
And then
at that time?
No. And then we showed Alejandro right afterwards. They hadn't seen it together. And then Alejandro turned and was like, "What is that? Is like imaginary friend or something?" No.
So it had no emotional
connection.
resonance with anyone that we showed it to.
Right. I could even do a further backstory, because I really had this idea that I really wanted to do initially with an actress. And then, like, we'd have an extra actor there, and there would be this whole scene where she'd see, like, the mirage of him, and, like, she's doing this hike to remember her dead boyfriend or husband or something. And then...
I was going to be a ghost?
Yeah.
Man.
And the day before, the actress was like, I couldn't get anybody to cover my shift. And, like, I'd been following up with her for, like, weeks. I was actually going to pay her, too, to, like, come out here. And I had money on the line, and I had, like, people all lined up.
What, like $20?
I mean, I was going to pay her $100.
$100?
Yeah. Like, that's enough to, like, for a couple hours.
Yeah, okay.
I saw her actually later at a, she was the background at YNR, Young and the Restless. And she recognized me, and I just did the, like, blank stare.
Is this a real story?
Yeah. Yeah.
YNR, you're so casual with Young and the Restless.
Oh, yeah, Young and the Restless. And then she texted me later, and I was like, "You were really great at background." It's just, that paints me in a bad light. I don't like it when people cancel last minute. It just made me really upset.
Yeah. So actually we showed it to Noah, and he was the one who was like, maybe you just need to, like, what if it's just him swearing or something? We were like, we think we're just going to do a voiceover thing. And he's like, well, what if he's just, like, swearing about his hike or something? Mm-hmm. And so that was the initial, like, I think it was going to be like, fuckity, fuck, but against all these, like, beautiful images. Right. And
it progressed. He actually even wrote a little something.
Yeah, and then we took that and we were like, I don't know if that is quite what we're after. Yeah. Although it's kind of funny, which is why you actually still say fuck at the top of it. Right. That's like a residual. Like, you're in this beautiful forest. We've set up, there's, like, butterflies and,
Right.
nice ambience, and then it starts with you just swearing.
Yeah.
And breaking that. And that was fun.
Greg, when did you get involved? When did we get you involved?
I think like an hour before you left. Right?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. We're going on a hike, and we're going to shoot some stuff. You should come hang out. But then you wrapped me in cables and told me to record stuff. So,
yeah, we were like, it's gonna be super easy, man. Like, it's just gonna be a hike. We're just gonna go on a hike,
right.
And it's gonna be super easy. There's not even gonna be no problem.
Take an hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah, so it'll be like half an hour tops. Like 6 hours later, we're like, come back.
Sure. That was cool. I had fun.
What did we conscript you for? Like, we needed you to do the audio?
The audio, yeah.
Because we wanted to record actual sounds in the space.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
And I wanted, like, footsteps that were not from a library and stuff.
Right. You have a love for sound design, which shows through in all of your videos. Did you end up using a lot of that stuff?
Yeah, actually, just about everything. The only thing that I couldn't use, and I think you tried to tell me this, was that I didn't realize you couldn't just record a background ambience with one mic. You need to do stereo. You actually literally properly need two microphones that are recording into the same thing and that are pointed in slightly different directions. That'll give you the sense of atmosphere. And so we recorded a bunch of stuff, but most of it I couldn't use because it didn't sound as good as like my library
The
background.
river stuff too probably didn't sound as good. Right?
Yeah. So sometimes I used it to sweeten things, but I didn't use it to.
There are actually microphones that are binaural, right? They have they're like one microphone, but they have like two microphones in them pointing in different directions.
Yeah.
Yeah, not usually those are the kinds of mics you see in like on camera microphones, but if you get like I forget what it's called, you might actually have a unit with two microphones built into it, or
Give us a little background about you, Greg. What's your expertise?
I work mostly in music. Actually, I do music for a Disney television show called Goldie and Bear, and we're about to start one called Tots.
No big deal.
Yeah, no, it's cool. It's I met you guys actually. When did we meet? Through Noah,
I feel like
right?
I met at Noah's birthday.
Yeah, at a party.
something
And
like that.
Noah's the key to everything.
Noah's
Here
the key.
today.
He's the super
He
connector.
should be here. He should be here. Where is he?
He's here. He's just not with
Oh,
the
he's
microphone.
Oh, he's in the other room.
He's not with us.
But yeah, you guys turned me into an editor for a while. I became a video editor.
That's right.
Under your fine mentorship.
Some of our best work
Well,
was
one piece.
from you cutting it.
That's right. We put it. I put mine on the website. The one, the
Good material.
spa.
Yeah.
Jake did
thing.
a bunch of
Business
small
profiles?
business profiles where we would get paid a laughably small amount of money.
Oh,
I think it was like
God.
$150 or something.
It was 300, but after like shooting it and going there and editing it, I mean, it
was
might
like
as
no
well
money.
have been. Yeah, zero money.
And so you had paid Greg to edit one of those
No, I don't
videos.
think. No, I volunteered to do it for free.
So
you did, 'cause you wanted
more-
the experience.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
he did the most amazing
It really
edit
was.
for this 3D nail salon.
I mean, the material was pretty outstanding.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The guy was so
appreciate that.
weird.
I think you should do a follow up. Honestly, see
He
what-
was.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should go back.
hope he's
Where are
still-
they now?
Is he still working?
This guy
Still
who
doing
owned the
nails.
spa was such a character. Like he just hammed it up for the camera, and it was just perfect.
He had a
did
really
like
thick accent.
3D
so-
nail art. Yeah, what was that accent again, Will? What was that?
Oh, weird.
Well,
I
I
can't
don't-
remember.
Can't
I
quite-
can't remember what.
Can't quite remember what that
But
accent
it was
was.
Southeast Asian, so
I mean, his
Who knows
his,
what that sounds
his
like?
affect was as over the top as the product.
Yes,
I would say.
And the 3D
Yeah.
nail art was like his main draw. That he had like this like acrylic nail that like built up, and he was really cool. Anyway, he did a really good editing job, and then it led to more editing jobs.
Yeah, I became an editor at Pop Sugar for a couple years.
That's right.
No big deal.
Then got dragged back into music,
Mm,
for better or worse.
every time you think you're getting out,
I know.
they just
Yeah.
pull you back in.
Yep.
So then we were like, "Oh, you have all these skills. Let's just go on a hike." And then
Yeah, let's not use
Yeah,
your
yeah,
composing.
yeah. No, I
Actually,
really
had- Not
did we
using the
string you
music.
along? Did we say, oh, we're probably going to need your composing for this one?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't think we've used your composing ability in any of our shorts.
No.
Any of
no,
them yet.
no.
Maybe we should do one just for music.
It would be interesting to have one that's music driven.
Yeah.
Didn't you say you wanted to make Will direct that one
Yes.
to get past his
Indeed.
music?
Well, what
phobia?
music would
Yes.
you use? What would be the music that you would use?
That's not the way it works, Will. You don't
No, it
use
is. That's what we're
music.
saying. That's how
Yeah.
it would work. That we would write a thing around your
Around
music.
a
I
piece of
see.
music that you
well,
had.
That's okay. That'd be a hard question. I've worked in many genres.
I mean, but what's the piece that you're like, oh, this
I
is
don't
so
know.
visual?
I wrote this
so
really
great.
annoying piece recently for a
Perfect.
Nickelodeon demo that
Perfect.
was ukulele, kazoo, and
Uh-huh.
I like it.
Nailed it.
Hawaiian slide guitar. I think.
Yeah.
I call it a lap steel guitar. It's really annoying.
I have a question for you,
Okay.
Will. What is your aversion to music?
I feel like it is super manipulative in a way that's present to me. I can tell that they're doing it.
But the funny thing is about you is whenever I ask you about movies you've seen with music, you don't seem to. They don't bother you.
No, it's just my choice. But I can still appreciate movies. Like, I feel like Jurassic Park is like wall-to-wall music, but I love that movie. And I love the music in it.
So it's just your
it
aesthetic.
elevates everything.
What's a movie that you've seen recently that like uses music to great effect?
I
Greg,
don't,
this is for you too.
I mean, I don't know, man. Like Jurassic Park. I don't know.
That's recent.
Like I just
94?
gave an example.
Yeah, that was
I don't know why I need a
recent. That's
second
pretty
example. But I don't. But it's my choice generally to let the sound design blend into a music type thing, like using drones and sound beds, but not actually using composed music, especially not any music made by you.
I would argue with you. I'd say that music is
Well
a
said.
tool, is a filmmaking tool, and it can be used to great effect. I mean, you can change an entire scene based on the music.
But you're not hearing me, man.
Well, the thing about filmmaking is that, of course, every aspect is designed to manipulate.
Right,
Totally. But I think that for me, music is a more obvious tool of manipulation, whereas sound design and stuff like that, before I started learning about sound design, I didn't even know they did anything. I didn't realize how much stuff they actually like put in there after the fact. That's a choice, whether it's emphasizing someone touching a doorknob or footsteps, reverberant footsteps, or whatever the fuck. So I can appreciate other filmmakers using music in my stuff. I generally don't like to. I like to try to lean on the sound design and lean on the ambience.
I hear you. Anyway,
you asked about a movie that I thought was, for some reason, Blade Runner 2049 popped into my head.
It's good.
I was thinking that, I think, is sort of like it's almost like an assault on your senses in a way that I think is really, really visceral.
Dunkirk as well.
Yeah, that's similar sort of idea with that. Yeah, sort of just using the music to sort of put you into an emotional headspace that is unpleasant. Which, people usually listen to music because it makes them feel good, but it can do other things. It can make you feel
Pretty much
tense,
anything.
anxious, horrified, sad.
It's that immediate, it like goes past your other senses. I don't know.
Yeah.
And
Anyway,
I work on a TV show, and there's a bunch of scenes that don't work, and then you slap some fucking music on it, all of a sudden it works.
Yeah.
So it's a tremendous tool.
It is. It's incredible. I agree with you.
Sounds like, though, you sound a little critical of that, Will. Like, I think it's a crutch.
I mean, they need it. I'd rather the show be good. Yeah, no, I'd rather the show be good even if they have to lean on that crutch than not leaning on that crutch.
Did you say a movie you like? What was your movie?
Here's a
Jurassic
question.
Park, right?
Here's a question for you guys. Which one of our films do you think would be better with music?
I don't know if I've seen all your shorts.
But you know what? There is music, and like The Completionist, there's music.
That's what I was
there
going to
is,
say. That one
there is
has
music. You're right.
generic.
Anyone without music that would be better because of music. For example, this piece, Into the Wild, do you think it would be better with music?
No.
Yeah, because it's more about the soundscape.
I can't think of one.
Yeah. So
I do fear that the stuff that we make won't be as emotionally resonant because that sledgehammer won't be being used, generally speaking. That tool, that is the sledgehammer.
I disagree. I think it makes you pay attention to everything else more because the music's not there to tell you how to feel.
I just feel like stuff like The Lonely Island, when they're like making all their music and things like that, like they get billions of views, and I think it's because music is so powerful.
Well, I'm not familiar with that. What is that?
Like
Andy Samberg.
I'm on a boat, like all the Andy Samberg
Rap,
Oh.
SNL
rap
things.
stuff, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like it's
Well,
just a
that's
broader thing about music. I would just say, just like music is so powerful, and like I feel like part of why they became popular was I can't even think of any of their shorts that don't have music.
Well, a
in
lot
them.
of parody songs are kind of a whole genre.
Yeah.
Right. I
Yeah, and people
that's a
love
different
them.
thing. That's not really using music the way you're talking about.
I just think that it punches up the emotion, and because I generally, with the ones I'm cutting, I opt not to use music, that it's maybe possibly less emotionally resonant than it could be. But I don't know.
Nah, I think your style. I think
I don't think
your
so,
aesthetic is works for the no musical approach.
Well, thanks.
Like, can you imagine putting sappy music under your speech in what was it called? YouTube Bros. Or
No Country for Old Men.
No Country for Old Men.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
No, I couldn't.
That title sounds really familiar. Is it from something?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
All of our titles. We still got to find a proper title for Phone Talker and Yoga.
No, Eat, Pray, Love is yoga.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Why
I didn't
wouldn't it?
remember that one.
Yeah,
It's
Eat,
funny.
Pray, Love.
Okay, so when we were actually shooting this, we were out in this hike where I don't really want to tell people where it is because it's so
Why not?
nice.
Oh, because you don't want people going.
Yeah, it's so beautiful.
That's nice.
And it actually ends in a waterfall, and it's in Pasadena, I'll tell you that. But we were out there, and I remember one thing in particular that we got a shot that we didn't use, where I was fake peeing.
This was my idea as well.
Yeah. It was
I don't know how to credit that on IMDb, but
cutting room floor. A lot of things ended up on the cutting room
yeah,
floor.
Yeah.
including your wonderful performance. Actually, it was there.
Yeah.
It was in it, but we just didn't end up using it.
That's all right.
But this was another one that came together really in the edit because we had
came together with air quotes.
Yeah, came together. Right, this was another one that we made that is okay.
It's something.
It's something. People watch it and they go, yeah. We tried to punch it up with writing. You know, we tried to have a through line with the Nathan Fillion thing and the sort of revelation at the end.
How did we come to the dialogue that you spoke? How did we do that?
That's a good question. I can't even remember. I think we wrote a bunch of stuff. I just improvised.
Yeah,
For like
a long time.
45 minutes or something. And then we just cut out our favorite segments and then punched that stuff up.
Yeah, sometimes we knew you wanted to do a certain topic, but we didn't like the first pass, so you did a second or third pass to tighten it up, or I think. Right?
Yeah, and then we would go into the editing and actually cut out
things.
words and make it like distilled, like a one thought. And the whole idea, what it morphed into, was that when you're on a hike and you first get on it, and if there's something bothering you in that quiet, you just sort of spin out. You're just like, wow, it's like your brain is like firing off all this stuff. And then as you sort of relax into nature, and each scene he's like thinking a little less, and then by the end he's just naming things right in front of him. At the very end, he's just quiet. But then we also a little wink and a nod that you can never truly be quiet all the time. Your brain's like always going to start working again.
Which is why you say the Nathan Fillion line.
Sort of how meditation works, right?
Yeah.
Just constantly guiding your brain back to an attempt at clearing your mind, and it never really works. But as long as you constantly recognize you're wandering and come back to it, then you get some benefit from it.
And ultimately, I think that's what I wanted to do, which I'm glad that it became it, which was, it is a meditation. It's a meditation on screen. I hope that that's what people see in it.
Some people get it, right? I feel like some people get
Absolutely. I showed my friend Matt and Luke, and they got it right away. They understood it. They understood what it was, and they were like, oh, they actually gave us a good note to make it completely silent.
Oh, yeah. At the end, what was going to happen? Like,
I don't remember.
I kind of like
was
this
still,
waterfall or something
yeah,
like
I was
that.
Still,
like,
I was still
it's kind
talking.
of nice out here.
Mm-hmm.
So you're saying deep, interesting people will get it.
Sure, yes.
If you're shallow
deep
and
you're
unreflective,
interesting, and you really understand like the human psychology, I think
we're gonna
Right,
do a
right.
version though with like explosions.
Yeah.
I've been learning all this After Effects stuff.
Or just a fart sound.
Yeah,
like
farts.
Like when
For
I'm really
sure.
relaxed at the end, it's just.
Yeah, just a big fart.
I think you guys really deserve a lot of adulation for avoiding those cheap tricks. You guys don't. You guys don't
Thank you.
rely on those.
Well, actually, we gotta
crutches.
say that there is one that we did recently
Yeah.
where I convinced him to do a cheap trick because it needed it.
No. Was it music?
And everyone
Was
loves
using
it.
Music?
No, it wasn't using music.
No,
Oh.
It was a poop joke.
it was a poop joke.
It was a poop joke. And you know what? It works so well.
People like it.
Because he's already in the toilet, and if you didn't take advantage of that and he didn't do it, it would have been.
It would have been,
Yeah, it would have been nothing.
Wouldn't have taken it all the way.
Right.
Yeah.
You gotta take it all the way. People love it. People love it.
So you want to hold back some of that praise.
Are we going to
Reserve
see?
it.
Are we going to see a follow up to the plant time?
The Constant Gardener.
Constant garden.
I
yeah.
am interested to see what a follow up would be for that.
Yeah,
What would
could
the
you
follow
think of-
like?
yeah,
I think it would
what
be
would
him
be-
going to his job, right?
Right.
Or
And
what
having
would it be?
plants at his job.
At
and
his
just-
desk. just
Oh,
on
like
his
he's
desk.
cheating
like
on
a
his
little-
his
yeah.
plants at.
Yeah.
Okay.
At his
that'd be
home.
really good.
After hours. He
Yeah. He's just like
fertilizes
looking around.
his-
Just
He
looks
sneaks
around.
away to the bathroom with like
Yeah.
one of the
Okay.
desk plants.
Does he bring the plant to the bathroom?
I think so.
Okay.
I don't know. I think he cranks one at his desk while.
You think so? You think he's
he
that
just
bold?
he just shuts the door.
Well, if it's after.
He's
Oh,
middle
you
man-
think
he's
he has
middle
an
management.
office?
Yeah, he's
Okay.
middle
Well,
management.
it's like 8 o'clock. Everyone's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got an office.
Oh, he's got his own office.
He locks his door.
I
and
think it'd
then,
be more
like,
interesting if it
maybe
was
it's a cactus with a flower too. Like it's flowering.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
His jizz is right in the
Yeah.
flower.
I don't know.
And
I
we
think
should
open
we shouldn't
floor
show
plans.
you at all. We should just show the aftermath of just like
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're right.
because
Just
we're gonna
like-
build it up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
That'd be good.
Here you go. You heard it here, folks. First, let's wait for the Constant Gardener Part 2 coming at you. Never.
But people don't really like this one, huh? The
That's not true. That's not
I don't
true.
know. I mean, it was somebody's favorite. That was cool.
Yeah, it was
Somebody
one
said
person's favorite. That's That's all I'm looking for on each one of these.
And this is the first one that we colored properly.
Mm-hmm.
So we took it to because we shot it on your. Oh yeah, we had a bunch of drama with this because we shot it on your Canon.
Oh, that's right.
300 Mark
II.
Yeah. Canon C300 Mark II.
Yep.
And we shot it in RAW.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a workflow we're normally familiar with.
Huge files.
And they're huge files. And so we made proxies, but then I guess I forgot to copy over the card media. And so we actually lost the original media, so we weren't going to be able to go back and actually color it to make, because the thing was even if the story was going to be shitty, we were at least going to make it visually look cool,
beautiful.
And we then were not even going to be able to do that,
right? Because all the files just went missing.
All the files were, and then you found them.
Yeah, I found them on a drive. I must have backed them up somewhere on a drive at work, and then I found them and I brought them home, and that was a big relief.
So lucky.
And then we went over to Jeremiah's, and he actually pulled colors out of there that I didn't even know were there. I didn't know that butterfly was blue.
Yeah, I had no idea what anything looked like.
And
really.
He's a wizard, man, in Da Vinci. So he goes in and he just pulls out these colors and he can do pretty much anything. He's like, is that okay? Is this like...
Did he track it? Like, do you rotoscope it for that?
He did rotoscope some stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so it was, he tracked his shapes and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then we had sort of this feeling of morning into evening.
Oh yeah, we're trying to track a transition. Does that track for you? That it becomes evening. Yeah.
And then
especially that shot where you're walking towards the camera and the sun's in the back. It feels like a sunset.
Okay, good. And then Brandon did a pass on your voiceover to make it be more good sounding.
Yeah, more present. Yeah.
The Lego Master.
Yeah. The Lego Master.
Brandon
sometimes Audio Master.
So what would you change in this thing, Greg? I feel like you had notes.
Yeah, you often ask me for notes, and I give them, and then you
disregard
them completely.
Yeah, we do that a lot.
No, I consider your notes. I always do.
You consider them.
I do. I just have to always weigh if I feel stronger the other direction.
I felt some of your sound design choices were needlessly jarring.
Okay. Yes. So you don't like the abrupt hits to the creek or whatever.
Every image.
Actually, I would say there was the opposite. If you see it, I mean, I'm a little bit more. If you have a creek on screen, then you would cut to the creek because you would be changing location. But I think my note was generally you're trying to create a sense of peaceful meditation, but the constant point of view changes with the sound design were sort of going against that goal. That was sort of my general note.
I don't know if I was trying to go for peaceful meditation.
Right. I mean, if you wanted to go for his mind being all over the place, then I think that works.
I think that's why we hold in the last shot as long as we do.
Right.
And the sound doesn't change.
Yeah. No, I think
with the waterfall.
So maybe that was a good choice. I just it was I guess it's
jarring.
The reaction is that it's extremely jarring. That's the feeling. So if that's the feeling you were going for, that works. But if that wasn't the feeling you were going for, maybe that was the way I phrased it. As long as you're going for that feeling, it works. But
yeah, because his thoughts are all fractured.
Right.
So that was my thought. But
I like the story that we sent it to Tori, one of our friends who runs a film festival every couple of months, and he watched this one, and he got to the end of it, and there was no sound, and he was like, wow, these guys really just made me watch a silent film, like a dude just taking a hike. And then he started watching the next film that was there, and it was totally silent too. And he's like, oh, I just don't have my sound on. So then he went back and watched it again, and he's like, okay, I get it better now. But I thought that was super fun.
What did he think?
He liked it, but it also got bumped from the schedule because
of another
somebody else put in a different one.
What can I say?
Bumped from the schedule?
Yeah, Will gave him another option.
He was going to show 2 or 3 of our shorts, and then I gave him a couple other options at the last minute. One was the Milk Duds one.
Cool.
And then he was like...
Super cool, dude.
That's a great one.
He was like, you know what? Yeah, that one is great, isn't it? Would you say it's better?
No.
Better or worse than this?
I mean, it's definitely better than this one. It's definitely better than this one.
It's better.
But, still. We got to show the bad ones and the good ones.
I think the Milk Duds one really resonates with men. You know, I think
We've all eaten shit off the ground. Or
yeah. I feel like that's a side of masculinity that is not explored enough.
what? Yeah.
You know?
You know what's cool about these podcasts is that
Men
when
are
they
in
go
crisis.
up,
Men are in crisis, guys.
we have no idea what order
You're
we're
right.
going to be showing these in.
Yeah.
So we'll just be talking and referring to ones that maybe haven't come out yet.
Don't even
or,
know.
or
But that's
will.
kind of fun, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
then
it's
they'll-
true.
Then you'll
They'll
get to hear it
Yeah, they'll know about
and
it.
see it.
The other thing Tori said, what did Tori say to you the other day? That like people.
Oh, he said that. So we've been showing these shorts at the Unreasonable Shorts Festival, which is like
Shout
now
out.
it's a quarterly screening, but it was a monthly screening for a while, and we were showing each of our shorts there every time, or we were showing like 2 or 3 at a time. And then he said that people would reach out afterwards and want to have the link to the shorts that
Cool.
he showed, which were ours, and that people were specifically like talking about them after the screening a lot. And so that was what
Yeah,
Tori
that was
said,
super cool.
which is cool.
That always feels good when you know you're going the right direction.
It's a drug to watch him up on the screen for sure.
Yeah.
Any other notes?
No, I don't know. It was fun. I know.
It was fun.
I
We
know.
got a
I'm sort
hike.
of making some dry comments, but I had fun.
At the very least, we like went. Well, you got to use the camera too. It was
Yeah,
your
yeah,
first
that was
time like
cool.
shooting with a
That was
big
cool.
camera like that, right?
Yeah.
And I like our field trips. You know, we usually stay around here, just right around here. So it was important to me, and it worked out that we got out of the same sort of style of apartment shooting.
Are there any more videos on the horizon? Are you guys done?
Yeah, I'm working on one right now. Actually, today I'm hoping to finish.
So the last one
It's
Yeah.
the last one, yeah.
for the season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about season 2?
It depends on
Season
how this
2,
goes.
I think you got to pay me season 2.
Yeah, it depends on how this
You
goes.
mean like you as in the general
Yeah, like I can't.
Population.
I can't. I need to either.
Patreon maybe?
We need to
or-
work. Yeah,
We're-
like
we're gonna do that.
Patreon,
This
something
is part
like
of
that.
it. Yeah, yeah.
We just need. I need something paying my rent so I can focus on it.
You want to do
And,
this full time?
I want to
I
do
would.
this full time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
that'd be fun.
absolutely want to make these full time.
I absolutely want to do these full time.
It's
I
way
just
more
think they're
fun
so
than my job, frankly.
Yeah.
It is.
You might need to delve into some other genres next season.
Like
Maybe
what?
Musical genres.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like a musical?
Yeah, maybe
Oh,
musical.
right,
Are you
because
gonna-
it's so
are you
popular.
gonna write the
Musical would be
musical?
amazing.
dude, it would be. Are you gonna write it?
I mean, sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
If we have a good concept. I
if
mean,
you could. It'd be
we'll have
super
to-
short.
Yeah.
It
guys
has
up-
to be
you guys up
something
to sing?
simple.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It has to
okay.
be a simple idea for the song. And what would it be? It's like
Well, no, I mean, I'd rather
parallel parking sucks, or like something
Sure,
like
sure.
really simple that you would do a song about.
in
That
the
would be
style of
fun.
Hamilton.
I
Yeah.
guess so.
Yeah.
I've never seen Hamilton.
Oh,
Just rapping.
Yes.
well, it's not just rapping.
Well, it's rap singing. Sing
singing.
rapping.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love for you to do a Hamilton, like a 2-minute,
That'd be
3-minute
fun.
Hamilton, like musical.
Yeah.
Although I feel like, I mean, yes, we can be in it, but I also feel like we should maybe get some singers. There's so much talent in this town.
No, you guys.
No, it
gotta-
has to be
no,
us.
it's gotta
Okay.
be.
It'll be our
That's
voices
the
too.
point. That's the
Yeah.
point. Yes.
Okay.
It'll
All
be-
right, I can sing.
I mean, if Ryan Gosling can do it, you guys can do it.
Oh, that's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true. Although he gets paid millions of dollars to probably
did have-
and a vocal
I'm
He
coach.
gonna
did have
sing
vocal
like,
coach and music lessons.
Ryan Gosling. I'm gonna sing like
Hey.
him. Hey. It's kind of how he talks.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
I'm Ryan Gosling.
I'm Ryan Gosling
he
and jazz.
from
You know, I like jazz.
New York?
It's good.
What is
You know,
what is that accent?
that's how he talks. That is how he talks.
But yeah, to answer your question, the podcasts are part of the Patreon, and it's like the ancillary content that we're trying to do. I just want to get
Oh,
enough
this is actually
money.
this is bonus content.
Bonus. I hope it's
No
bonus
one's
content.
gonna
I want it to
pay
be bonus.
for this.
You don't know.
What are you talking
You
about?
don't know that.
We should just get sponsors, man.
I agree. But also before they listen to it, they could think it's much better than it is and pay for that. And then they're already in the chain. They're already paying that $5 per video.
Wait, you think they're going to listen to this before they watch?
No.
Wait, what?
No, I think it's going to be just the deep divers. Honestly, I think only my dad is going to listen to it. But maybe more. Maybe more people.
My mom will listen.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
she'll comment too. She'll be like,
Even better.
I loved it. There's nothing like posting something you've worked on. And
Mama
Greggy,
Nicolette,
you were
man.
so great on the podcast.
Exactly.
Greggy.
Mama Nicolette.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out. All right, I think that concludes.
I think we've talked this one into the dirt.
Yeah. Any questions or comments? Please leave a comment below. You know, we'll respond to it.
Yeah.
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 Thanks, guys.
Jake will.
Thank you for having me,
Thank
guys.
you, guys. No problem.
Bye.
Bye.